Hi guys, this is Jab to the Nose Boxing, and tonight we're gonna talk about Roman Gonzales, Chocolatito, which I saw a good interview that was made by CDNN Deportes, and it was very interesting. Pretty long one actually, so it's pretty rare for Gonzales. And yeah, so he's talking about well, first of all, I would like to give a big ups to him because of his little comeback, he's making, and his last fight was, in my opinion, to watch. It was like a very complete performance, and it was very pleasing to watch. Like people say, like the old Gonzales, even if I saw like little adjustments on the defensive side, I guess. There are probably more, but what I picked up was on the defensive part of his game. I think he improved, he adapted to the weight and adjusted, meaning that I think by using more a jab, like how do we call it, kind of range or keeping distance and positioning of his body and also his opponent. So and being well aware, of where he is in space, and so yeah, that was I think it was pretty obvious. Like he really wasn't taking clean shot flush like most were hitting to the glove, and you could tell he was comfortable, in being up close and under fire. So that's the adjustment I saw in his game, which would be the defensive part. Like offensively, man, it was Gonzales. It was the good old Gonzales. And but yeah. So he was asked a bit about in this interview about the fight against Yafai. So he's saying that basically his team and himself worked on a good game plan. They studied Yafai a lot, and then he's asked about Yafai's power. And so it's interesting because he says, yeah, he punched a bit, but not very hard. But then he goes and says, actually, it's when you place, the punch that your opponent's gonna feel it. So again, power sometimes is overrated. I know this. We've already heard this phrase multiple times. If you can't hit the target, what does power mean? But it's very true. A guy who has, let's say, mediocre power, if he has a good technique, timing and placement, if he places it well and, at the right time where you ain't expecting this, or, well, you're gonna feel it, and that's more than power. There's other things that are happening, in boxer, and that again joins the idea of today's society, where all the fancy stuff and the obvious flashy stuff is overrated. He said, Yafai was deteriorating by round 5. He felt this, so he upped the pace, got more confidence. Said he feels he adapted to the weight, takes the punches better, and and he's adapted his way of moving in the ring against these big guys, because again, these adjustments, you know, he's facing bigger guys who arguably hit harder than him, have bigger frame, etc. We all know this stuff. So, you know, maybe in the lower weight classes, I mean, he was a train, you know, he was overwhelming. He didn't have to worry much about. He was taking shots, you know. But I guess that he has realized that he can't take the same shots by the bigger guys. And actually, I think he's turned this. He's worked on stuff like these small things. Positioning and distance, more position, and actually turn this into muscle memory. It's really gonna be part of his game now, so experience actually overall is what he's saying. So he doesn't really go into, you know, technical details. He just says, you know, more experience overall. Asked about his next fight now, he's saying that he's not thinking of anyone. They asked about, you know, Estrada, Yoka, Rungvisai. He's not saying he doesn't want to fight them. He just, for the moment, he actually is pretty honest. He says, you know, the one who will give me the most money. So, you know, he's pretty honest with this. That's it with that. And he's asked about the comeback. He's talking a lot about his trainer, the new trainer Marcos Caballero, saying, you know, that you know, the mental aspect is very important for him. So he goes into saying like the confidence he has with his new trainer, the confidence his trainer gives him, and you know, he can also give his confidence, which is very important to him. And also that the work ethic is there. He says like my old trainer Obando, and so, for example, he's stating simple things, you know, just waking up in the morning with his trainer, cooking the food, eating together, training, coming back, eating, sitting down at night, watching fights, breaking down fights. So, very focused and locked in. So, work good ethic, and this is what he's saying, like what he needs, the confidence, this family type relation with the trainer, and basic, you know, simple things in a way, where you know, humble guy, you know, when you see all these new upcoming fight, well, not all, but some that, you know, have all the tough talk a tough game, act like hard guys, but you know, haven't accomplished much. You know, you get this humble champion, low weight class, you know, not very present in the media, and look what he's accomplished. You know, you don't need to, I mean, all these guys that act tough, I mean, look at Roman, humble dude. He's fucking tough, man. So yeah, the confidence with the trainer. So, but again, as I said, these are simple things. This guy is down to earth, simple, human, and that's the input I would like to bring here. Is, you know, today and in society, we all think this fake envelope or facade sometimes people put on, like acting tough. You know, just look at the accomplishments, and then we can talk. You know, So yeah, that's very important, I think. And then he talks also about the journalists, the media, and how he was experiencing this when he was winning, had this huge winning streak, everybody saying that he's the best, and people around him, kind of asking for stuff, and and saying that when he lost, nobody was there for him, only but his family. And when he won again, I guess 5 people came back and said, "Oh yeah, I knew it," and he's kind of laughing at this, and that's just how it is. And now he's saying that he's very aware of this and he doesn't make the same mistakes. He's very careful. He doesn't give his confidence, to people that easy now. And again, you see a guy that's very open with this stuff about confidence, and sometimes, again, when you're honest with yourself and to people about what your weaknesses can be, that's actually, in my opinion, that's a huge strength and quite an accomplishment. Also talking, when in his boxing career, I think he meant this, with the money he had, people came, asked, maybe money, I don't know, for stuff, and that he's helped a lot of people, and he's saying, when you give people a lot, they will always expect this, and they're always expecting more, and a lot, and more. And then, on the other hand, when you give them, but you give not much, but you still give them, they're like, is that all? So, yeah, people are never happy or okay with things, you do. So, that is that, and so then he's saying, the family is important to him, and just feeling good with himself, going taking runs, and that's what he likes. So he's pretty down to earth, no fancy shit, no bullshit. So to all the cocksuckers, take some advice from Roman. I think he's a good example for young kids and all that. He said, after boxing, he would maybe like to train. He said, of course, I like to train young kids, help them out, and that's cool, and again, I'm gonna say this is the point of the video is to share a bit of what he said, but also is these new fighters I'm talking about, that are trying to follow the path of stardom, maybe Mayweather, the A side, pay-per-view, who gets some more views, all these stories that are happening, the flashiness, to me it's all bullshit. Actually, look, Mayweather, he took part in this, he's a big actor of this, but Floyd actually had work ethic, and first of all, I think Floyd was a very big, he was hard worker, and most of these fighters have forgotten about that part of it, they only want the fancy side, and again, look at the accomplishments. So there you go, that was my thoughts on that, and go check it out. It's in Spanish though, it's 45-minute video, and it's really interesting. Okay, so that's it. See you guys, hit the like button, subscribe, see you later.